All right, we are live. What's going on, guys? How's it going? Happy Monday to everybody. We are
Yo,
live
what's up,
here with
Tornado?
good man. How you doing, bro? How's your
Thought
day
you were
been?
talking to your community. I thought you were talking to us.
I'm talking to everybody, man. Anybody that's listening.
Anybody who will listen, right?
Yes, everybody that'll listen, man. I'm down for it, bro. So, how's it going, guys? What y'all been up to, man?
Shopping.
Doing a little shopping.
Pretty much.
Actually grabbed a couple new pair of jeans. We're going down to a conference tomorrow down in West Palm. So
Oh,
we're
nice.
excited about that.
So you're in Florida, huh?
Yep.
Cool, man. Very cool. I grew up in Florida. I've been out in Texas about like 14, 15 years now.
What part of Florida?
Up by the Destin area, up in the Panhandle.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes,
The
sir.
armpit.
What's that?
The armpit.
The armpit of
Yeah.
Florida. Yep, absolutely, man. Yep, absolutely. So, so how's it going, man? Game wise, how's the beta going? How's everything developing? What's the latest, man? Let's hear it.
Yeah, so the latest on the beta is everything is moving great. We were supposed to have a release last Thursday. Because we're in beta, they found bugs that we were trying to release things, so it got delayed for a couple of days. But what's
Sure.
cool about that delay is even more stuff is going to be put in for the next release. So, one of the things that we're doing currently is different than probably every other gaming company in the world would do, and that's let it be an open beta. Usually betas are closed doors. They don't want to let anybody know what's going on. They have
Definitely.
people that are, sign NDAs not to tell anybody what's going on. Because it's crypto, we felt, number one, legitimacy has always been the key as far as this project was concerned, about making sure that people know that we're building a game. People know that there's progress, right?
Yep.
And secondly, the fact that we're allowing the NFT, Genesis NFT holders to be a part of the beta, people are invested into this project to make sure that it's great. And, two of those things are things that we actually did because it's crypto. Not looking back by any means. It's just, instead of us just being behind closed doors and be like, okay, well, the release took an extra week for the next build to come out. We just have to, let the community know things like that. But so far, everybody's been incredibly patient. I can tell you that we played the build, and I mean, just from like a week and a half to the last build, I mean, it's amazing how much progress goes into everything, from the detail of the characters to the graphics to the smoothness of the play, to just everything. So it's pretty neat seeing it all kind of unfold in real time.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's the thing I noticed that y'all are doing differently is, I mean, like you said, the open beta, and a lot of people don't realize that. I'm big into blockchain gaming and stuff. I don't game a ton, but I just see the future with blockchain gaming, so I'm super involved in it. And that's what the beta is for, man. I mean, that, everybody's playing it to find those bugs, like that we're literally trying to find problems so that they can be solved, so that once the game is fully released, you don't have those problems.
Yeah, so I got a question for you,
Yeah.
being that you're big into GameFi and crypto. So, what are some of your favorite games in crypto? Not that you're a gamer, but I mean, as far as what you're following or what you're investing
that I'm following,
into.
I'm following. I was bigger into it. Their in-game token kind of fell apart a little bit, and then obviously the market sucks. But Thetan Arena is kind of a cool game. I've been keeping an eye. It's not released yet, but it's a game called Cryo War. Cryo War. Yeah, seems like they've got a pretty cool concept what they're doing, man. And then I've been kind of digging around trying to find any good first-person shooters. You know what I mean? Everybody loves first-person shooters. I mean, that's like, everybody loves it. So I haven't run across one that I'm super into yet. But what do you guys think? Have you seen anything cool first-person shooter wise?
The Undead Blocks game looks pretty cool. The zombie shooting game.
Yep. I seen that. That thing kind of came out of nowhere, bro. Like, nobody was even talking about it, and all of a sudden they launched, and it's like just taken over by storm. It's crazy.
And they did the same thing that we did.
Yeah.
They built the game and then started advertising, right?
Yeah, and that's the difference.
The right way to do it. I haven't really delved into the game. I looked at some of the graphics. It looks like they're doing it the right way.
Yes.
the things that I like that they're doing that are similar to us is the sustainable tokenomics, where what you just said, where, oh, I like this one game, but their token fell apart.
Exactly.
That's the biggest problem. And we identified that problem in crypto, especially in GameFi, because if you have inflationary tokens or unsustainable tokenomics, all of those things are just things that will not make it, no matter what.
100% agree.
If you don't have an actual business model as far as making money and making revenue from the game, and you're 100% relying on the token, well, what happens in bear markets like this? All of a sudden, within literally 1 or 2 weeks, 50, 67% of what you thought you had value in, you don't have it.
It's gone.
Whereas it's gone, right? And that should not be the reason why a business goes out of business, right? But that's what a lot of the crypto gaming tokens are doing. And that's why we feel that we've got a much better and sustainable business model, because we don't have the complicated tokenomics. We're not relying on the price of WAGMI token by any means. We actually have a business model where there's revenue that is going to come in and out. So utilizing that revenue to repurpose into marketing, into more development, and making sure that the price of the token, it's going to do what it's going to do, right?
Sure.
So, and we just had this conversation off topic real quickly, but like if there was not one single buy or sell on the chart, and all of a sudden Ethereum went back to 4K, it's around 2K today, right? Our market cap would double.
Just like that.
Just like that, right? Because we're pegged to that actual Ethereum, or we're pegged to the BNB. On that blockchain, on that chain. So that being said, a lot of people I don't think understand that, where, oh my God, their market cap is going to shit. Well, it's also because whatever blockchain they're on, it's dictated by that actual currency.
Exactly.
So,
I agree.
So again, it's that market conditions that you can't control. So all of those gaming tokens that are relying on the token itself for their sustainability and their revenue model, they're going to have a hard time with the volatility having to do with crypto. They're just
for sure.
Well, that, like if you're trying to play and guide your investing strategy on WAGMI the same way you do with all the meme coins you've been investing in. I mean, with meme coins, you watch the chat, and the chat usually dictates what's happening. With gaming tokens or crypto gaming, like, the chat, obviously there's some indication there as to what's going on, but you have to dig deeper and see what's going on with the production and the release and the beta of the game.
100% agreed, man.
Like if we're in beta and we're releasing, new beta updates every single week, and the game's getting better and better, and we're getting closer and closer to launch, and we're onboarding influencers and Twitch streamers and YouTubers and, all these people that are getting behind us, getting ready for a huge push as soon as the game launches later this year, like 60 to 90 days from now. If all you're doing is looking at the chart and you're trying to justify how much money you're putting in or taking out based on green and red candles, well, then how are you going to make a proper decision? Because you have no idea what's going on in the back end.
I agree, man, for sure. That's why I've been following WAGMI since day one, man. And that what you guys are like, how you've built it, like you said, you have a business plan. It's not just based off of a cryptocurrency chart, and people don't realize that, man. And I preach that in a lot of my live streams I do. I'm like, dude, like crypto gaming, man, I'm telling you, like it's going to be huge. It really is. Cause like y'all are doing, you're building the game regardless. Whatever the chart does, it doesn't stop development of the game. It doesn't stop you guys from doing anything that you're doing. It's still going to be developed.
And it also does, once the game is launched, it doesn't matter what the market's doing. If people like games, they're going to play the game. Period.
100%.
They're gonna buy the token. Like we're going to have in-game wagering. You're going to buy the token if you want to wager $10, $15, $20 per game. Period. And
how many people like gaming? Millions.
$205 billion industry. Okay. And aside from that, like look at how much money we already spend on our mobile gaming on the games in our phones.
Tons.
$5 here, $2 there, like 99 cents here. I play a lot of mobile games on my phone, and one of the games I play, like literally you need dragon stones to like do summons in the game, right? and it costs 50 dragon stones for a summon. And I have like 49 stones. No, I'm not going to wait till tomorrow for that one extra stone. I'll spend 99 cents in the store right now because I want to summon right now.
And play the game.
You know?
Yep.
Who cares? It's 99 cents. You know?
Yep.
And to that point, Scott, I'm glad you brought that up. Our business model is towards that casual gamer that will spend the extra $1, $2, $5, $10 in order to speed up their progress or not want to wait. Where most of the crypto games that are out there, I mean, to buy an NFT or to purchase land or to breed, it is so expensive that if you are not in crypto, there's no way that you're going to be like, well, let me go ahead and invest $1,000 into a volatile market to try out a game.
Yeah.
It's unrealistic, right? So if you think about the segmentation of what all of the crypto games are going to be, you have currently right now, which I believe are the majority of the games, are specifically geared towards the crypto industry, which, by the way, is only 4% of the world. 4% of the world is into crypto. 4% of all gamers are into crypto games. So 96% of the population that have to do with games are not involved into crypto. But the crypto games are asking other people that are not in crypto to come into it and spend all this money and get involved with crypto, where it's just going to be very difficult for them, right? So the way we are positioning it is we're positioning it where your barrier to entry is going to be similar to the barrier to entry as if you were to buy a game on a mobile phone.
Sure.
And the onesies and twosies and fivesies, which, by the way, if you look at the revenue model of like a Clash Royale and Supercell, they make their money on the back end, right? It's constantly being like, what's an extra $1? What's an extra $5?
Yeah.
Those things add up real fast and real quickly, as opposed to trying to front end all the revenue that a lot of these crypto games are doing.
Sure.
And then basically saying, oh, well, you can play to earn and earn this one token that basically can go from $40 to a penny in literally one day. And that's just not the business model. We don't believe in that. We don't think there's sustainability in it.
Yeah.
And we don't believe that there's any mass adoption to that business model, where our business model is, hey, come play the game. It's going to literally be like you can buy with a credit card. You don't even have to worry about having a wallet, right? We'll worry about that on the back end. You just have fun, play the game. When you want to get into the skill-based contests, the player versus player stuff, well, great. Here's how you do it. We'll have some tutorials on how to purchase WAGMI, and then that's how you actually utilize the WAGMI and the currency of the game. But other than that, keep it simple, stupid. And we just don't believe that very many are doing that, and that's why we're incredibly bullish.
Dude, me
on
too.
our business model.
I am too, big time, man. I really am. Yeah, the way you're doing it's different, and I think it's going to be huge, man. I really do. I think it's going to absolutely explode, especially when the game comes out and the talk starts circulating. Once the game is fully released, man, it could absolutely just explode in the gaming industry.
Well, sure. And then the other thing, real quickly, is if you think about all of the tokens that exploded during last summer, they didn't explode magically. They were there building their games and building their infrastructure during the last bear market.
Exactly.
And then finally, when you had that parabolic movement in the market, then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, look at these guys. GameFi is going to be huge. They have games that are playable. Great. Let me invest into those.
Yep.
And we feel that we're positioning ourselves for that next bull.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the down times that anything in crypto, especially, I was just talking about that earlier. It's the down times when everybody's building and the communities are, getting stronger, and the game, whatever it is, whatever crypto project or whatever, it's they're building when the bear market's, full force. And once you come out the other end, man, it's like, dude, they're going to rip, they're going to take off, man.
Yeah.
Big time.
And it's a lot more than that too, right? Like not just having a crypto game, but having one that appeals to gamers,
to the masses.
And
yeah,
that's what I think has been a missing key element in a lot of the games that have tried to come out or even are coming out now, and the ones that have failed is they're not appealing to a gamer's mentality because they're so focused on the tokens or the NFTs, and that's like the main sell, and they're trying so hard to just get as much of that money as they can up front with NFT sales or land sales or
Sure.
buy our token. Where with WAGMI, you know, when you truly look at what a gamer likes to do and what they can't do right now in traditional gaming, like there is no interoperability, right? You can't take assets from this game and bring them to that game.
Sure.
You don't own those assets. And we like to call them assets because that's what an NFT is. And that terminology is scary to gamers right now. So you'll notice a lot of the times when myself or I and or the rest of the WAGMI team speaks about WAGMI, we say in-game assets because you can relate to that because you know what an asset is. It's something that you own, something that you can sell, something you can trade, something you can give away. So when you start to combine the ability to take the characters that are in your game, or in our case, in your deck, and you can level them up, and then you could lease them out, you can sell them, you can trade them, you can put them on the marketplace that we have. And now you have a lot more control over your gameplay, right? Like if you want to grind out a bunch of characters and then give them away to somebody in your clan, or if you're a streamer and you want to give them away on stream, it's cool because you can give them away, go to the store and pick up another set for a couple bucks. And then do it all over again.
That's cool.
Or, you know, like maybe sometimes when you play a game, like on my game I play on my phone, Dokkan Battle, I've already beaten every stage. Like literally I'm just sitting there waiting for new stages to appear, right? Well, what if while I'm waiting, maybe there's some stages or some battles that I enjoy. While I'm waiting, I can just get rid of some of my characters that I've leveled up to the max and then just start that character over because it's fun. So it's almost like now you're allowed to replay the same game and have that experience again and that leveling up and still get that joy from, like, you know, getting the experience points you need from level 1 to level 2, seeing the armor upgrade and all those things that come with gaming. So as traditional gamers start to realize what NFT or what crypto gaming is supposed to actually be bringing to the table, not just $500 NFTs and plots of land and all these other things that kind of sound scary, but no, just what you're doing right now, except we're going to let you own those characters that are in your deck.
That's the key. Yeah, exactly. Instead of just spending a bunch of money and really it's end of the day, it's not really truly your asset. You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah, that's the key, man. I agree 100%, man. I can't wait to see where it goes. I can't wait. It's exciting.
Well, we're building out a massive franchise here, right? Like we have lore, we have a novel, we have comic books that we're going to be minting out quarterly that tell the story of the characters. You're going to get to know all of these characters, you know, on a very personal one-on-one level. And then as the story progresses and new characters come out in the story, they'll be featured in the game. New weapons, new gear, new power-ups, new special moves, whatever. We can literally do whatever we want because we own the IP. We own all the IP. It's all original content. And literally what the stages are supposed to look like, the new characters that are coming in, the limit is our own imagination.
Yeah.
You know, and as this continues to grow, like right now we're literally like a one stem, like, I guess, flower or bush, and we're just starting to kind of splinter off into having, you know, more stems and leaves and things bloom, right? So we're building such a solid foundation between gameplay, number one. Like when we talk to streamers, or when I have my initial meetings with streamers, whether on Twitch or YouTube, the first thing I show them is the game. And they go, man, every other crypto I talk to, it's like they never have a game to show me. And if they do, like, it's not, you can't even really play it. Like, no, I send a link and it's literally one click and we're battling within the first 5 minutes of us meeting. Like, hey, let me show you this game first. And then they're like, oh, wow, this is awesome. And then we continue the conversation. So like foundation with the game, done. The lore and the story, done. So literally those two can grow and just take on a whole life of their own.
Just telling the story now.
Every so often, you know, they'll connect.
Yeah, and Nick, one of the things that we talked about as a team, and we're trying to figure out more ways that we can actually have a connection with our audience and bring them into the game is, you know, we're utilizing the acronym WAGMI. We're all going to make it in the game. So, you know, humans join forces. It's the WAGMI Defense. That's the name of the tower defense game. But also as Scott mentioned, the lore, right? The story behind the characters, the story behind how they got to where they're at. And we're working on trying to integrate a little bit even more of the personability from the characters and create the stories based off of what people might be experiencing today. So like, for example, what's happening in Ukraine, people might be deciding to go to war, and that's their struggle, right? That's what they're looking to do. So there might be a character who that's what his backstory starts evolving into, right? And
Sure.
then secondly, it's like, let's say that there's somebody who, comes from the streets, right? That just was trying to make it. And that's part of his backstory. So evolving some of the backstories into an evolution of we're all going to make it. So that's one of those things that we're working on. And it goes along with what we're trying to do with you, right? One of the comments in our Telegram group was, I saw it this morning, was like, hey, why are you guys going on to Tornado's AMA? Like, why are you doing that? And I'm like, because we're all going to make it, right?
Yep.
Everyone has to start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
Nick has been grinding. Like, you've reached out to me like a month and a half or 2 months ago, just putting out all of these videos having to do with WAGMI, trying to make a name for yourself and utilizing our game and platform as one of the coverages that's going to hopefully make a name for yourself in the influencer world.
Sure.
So to me, who am I, or who is Scott to say that we have a level of arrogance to us to say, well, only the influencers who have money are going to make it?
Sure.
It's bullshit, right? We're all going to make it. So, that's part of, the humility that we have as a team. And it's not to say that everybody who is listening to this, we're all going to be on all of your AMAs. But no, if you prove that you're grinding, if you prove that you actually care, we're going to consider. It doesn't matter if your viewership is 5 people or 500,000 people.
Sure.
We're going to be a part of your story because we want you to make it, because we're all going to make it. So, we try to abide by that acronym the best we can. And I think this is just one of those cases. So happy and honored to be on your AMA, by the way.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I've been saying it this weekend on lives. I was like, dude, I don't know how I pulled this off, but I am super humbled by it, and I was
actually against it. I was like, no, Tornado's weird. Don't even. I was like, no way.
That's funny. No, I appreciate it, guys. And it's true. My first AMA I ever did with a project, the first comment on the first AMA I ever did, they were like, why are you doing this AMA? You have 70 subscribers, I was like, bro, I understand, but we all start somewhere. We start from the ground up and go from there, man. And it can really go as far as you want it to go in life, not just
hey,
YouTube,
man,
but anywhere.
When I started my fitness channel in 2009, people rooted me out for just filming myself in the gym. This is before Twitter even came out, or right around the same time. Yeah. Oh, you're conceited. Why are you I'm like, I'm filming educational content.
Sure.
And I blew that up into a 2.6 million subscriber channel. And now everybody now is just trying to redo what I already did.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, exactly right, man.
And now I'm like, have fun with that. I'm moving into crypto gaming because that's the next big thing.
Yep. You're already done and gone from that aspect. It's already done.
I still make fitness content.
Sure.
I still take care of my community. But like, I was talking to my wife about this over the weekend. I'm like, man, everyone's looking for like that next, like, TikTok video where they do a funny thing, or they do like a dance to a song, or I'm just like, that's not me. Like, I like to educate, and I like to try to find niches or things that I'm interested and passionate about. And my 2 passions in life were fitness and gaming. And I've never really been able to truly explore my gaming passion. Everything's always been fitness. I mean, I had a gaming YouTube channel, Older Humanity, which I still have. I haven't been on there since I started my crypto channel, though.
Sure.
But with crypto gaming, and with this being so revolutionary and so new, like I almost like getting involved in projects that have backlash and have like bigger barricades that you have to bust through, because it means you have to prove yourself so much more, and you have to be so sure in your convictions, right? Because you could be going all in and lose it all. I like those kinds of things.
Yep.
But I don't think we're going to obviously lose anything here. But I like going against the grain. That's the word I was looking for. I like going against the grain and proving people wrong.
Yep.
And that's what I did 11, 12 years ago. I want to do it again.
Yep.
You rarely get 2 opportunities to do something like that. Most of the time,
Seriously,
you barely get one.
Yeah.
And we all try to get our Kayla, we all try to get our shots, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like Hamilton. I'm a huge Broadway guy, and Lin-Manuel is my favorite. But he wrote a song is I'm not gonna waste my shot, right? And that's all about Hamilton. He grew up as an orphan, and basically the only way he was going to have his shot into being something good was through his brain and through writing, because he didn't have any prowess with anything else. And he just basically made opportunities for himself. And same with Lin-Manuel, and same with even you, right? It's, you grind hard, you try to put yourself in a position to be successful. Right?
Exactly.
And that's what you've done, is you've put yourself in a position to be successful. And moving forward, hopefully that, by covering us and this AMA and hopefully WAGMI becomes one of the biggest crypto franchises in the world. And you can be like, dude, I had them on when, and therefore my, YouTube channel is, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers, and you become one of the top crypto influencers or cover guys in crypto. All of those things are cool, right? Those are all things that we want everybody to be successful if they sit and they put the work in, and we all deserve our shots. So, so it's just about a matter of, carpe diem, seize the day. If something's in front of you, go for it, right? Don't be scared to ask, because if you don't ask, your answer is always going to be no.
Exactly. That's 100% true.
I don't take no for an answer. Ask my wife. She tried to ditch me on our first date.
Just keep going, man. That's what you got to do.
Some might call it stalking. Others might call it love at first sight. I don't know. We're married. I guess it doesn't matter.
That's hilarious, man. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, guys. And I mean, obviously I'm going to keep on. I built the channel, I mean, really just to, be able to voice my opinion. And 2 months ago, I didn't even know I was going to do a YouTube channel. So I came on and just to voice my opinion, just kind of bring a safe space for people to talk crypto and just talk anything, really, whatever, man. And it's just I'm kind of narrowing my lane down on what I'm going to be focusing on now. And it's taken off, and I love it, man. I really do. It's
and you're all registered on the beta. You played the beta?
Yes. Yep. Yes, sir. Yep.
Because what we've been tossing an idea around is to continue what we did last time. We did like the influencer royale,
Yeah.
So we're obviously always looking for more people to bring in on those, because the way, even with that, like when I first got onboarded to WAGMI, my goal was to collect as many influencers as I could that are talking about crypto. Obviously, I had my channel, so I had a group of people that I had already been talking to. I'm like, listen, we can all grow our socials together if we're interacting on Twitter and making videos. The project is solid. You have to check it out. Obviously, like everyone I showed the project to, some people I had to chase down like a few weeks, like, hey, let me show you WAGMI. Let me show you WAGMI. And then they finally like, okay, I got 20 minutes for WAGMI. An hour and a half later, they're like, oh my God, I have to get involved with this project. And that's fine, right? That's part of that upward struggle that I talked about earlier. There's so many projects and there's so many people saying, oh my God, you got to check out this project I found. It's so amazing. So I don't mind having those conversations. But since we started with even the Twitter campaign and onboarding all of our influencers and getting everybody, I mean, even some of your tweets I've noticed, your likes, comments, and retweets have shot up. That's the community. That's the community coming in and supporting each other. And that support will help you grow. And as we continue to roll out these betas, we're going to have these influencer royales, which they're influencer royales for us to stream the game and battle each other. But the battles are randomized, right? So if any of your community members have NFTs and they're connected, they might show up in a battle. A few times in my own chat, people were like, I just smoked you. That was me. That was my username.
I seen posts about it.
Yeah. So like, as we continue, and that's what's so great about having this beta, as long as we continue to steer the narrative to this is beta, You know what I mean? This is not the final product. This is beta. We're having fun. We're testing, and people are playing. Then as they watch it week to week, because we're supposed to be doing weekly sprints, so a new build every Thursday, probably starting this Thursday. Every week, people are going to tune in and they're going to see, wow, the game has changed. Wow, oh yeah, that looks different. Oh, okay, this is better now. And you're going to be a part of that evolution over the course of the next 60 to 90 days. So by the time,
fun to be part of. That's fun to be part of that.
Yeah.
Well, Matt.
And somebody's asking for alpha. Here's alpha. We got the first rendition of the second map. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sharing that in Discord for only beta testers, for anybody who has a Genesis NFT. So what we're going to evolve this beta into, which is just about setup, is essentially we're going to have it where those who are in the beta also get to give feedback on the graphics moving forward, some of the power-ups, and all the cool stuff there. So there's some alpha that you guys have as far as the closed knit, as far as beta is concerned. Some more alpha is Scott and I will be sharing a lot of our experiences over the next 3 days at Permissionless. If you guys are not familiar with what Permissionless is, go ahead and Google it and see all the speakers that are speaking there. And we do have some meetings already set up with some pretty cool people that are actually speaking and attending over at Permissionless, as well as some of the sponsors. So we're expecting the next 3 days to be a really incredible evolution as far as on the back end of business. We'll be shaking hands and kissing babies and making some deals over the next 3 days. So there's a couple of bits of alpha for you guys to take from this AMA.
Very cool. Yeah, I see. I said it earlier. I see the big picture, man. I mean, it's, and the other thing that a lot of people may not even realize, I mean, it's not just WAGMI Defense. You know what I mean? Like, this is just the first game that y'all are working on. But I mean, from everything I've been reading and understanding and talking about it to people, I mean, there's going to be multiple. It's going to be a platform, you know what I mean? Which, that's huge. I mean, you look at anybody else that's successful in that aspect of gaming, man, dude, the sky is the absolute limit. It really is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking as a gaming franchise. We don't like to talk too much about the 3D MMORPG, honestly.
Sure.
And because we don't want to convolute what we feel is just as important which is the mobile responsive WAGMI Defense game. In fact, most likely, WAGMI Defense will make a lot more money than even the 3D MMORPG. Yeah. Because the mobile gamer and the mobile audience and consumer actually spends more money than just a console gamer. There's just more people out there. So, but yes, for example, we have a cinematic trailer that we're going to be releasing closer to public launch of the game, and all of the characters. I mean, we get bits and pieces of it like every 2 or 3 days, and it just keeps on looking better and better and better. Sure. And all of the rigging of the original characters is the same rigging in Real 5 that we're going to be able to reposition into the MMORPG. So for us spending the time and the money on the cinematic trailer, it's essentially basically already building out the characters for the 3D MMORPG, which will go into development probably. We're probably going to wait until after we release this game until we get into full development.
Sure.
But the fact that our goal here and the reason why we're so into the lore and the story and the comic books is because we believe the next game is going to be the sequel. Right.
Gotcha.
So that's how we kind of look at, building out the game. So first game, tower defense game, mobile responsive WAGMI Defense. And then the sequel to that will essentially be the desktop version PC MMORPG, which will be the Real 5 engine and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the technology that they just came out with the version of Real 5.
Dude, it's crazy.
Ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I've seen bits and pieces, and dude, it's like, man, people will lose their mind when they see how that'll be built. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
I don't know, Ian, did you see the link I sent over the weekend about the Super Mario for the Super Nintendo, like the creation of it?
I did, but I did not watch it.
I mean, it's long. It's like an hour long, but it talks about the history. That YouTube channel called Gaming Historian does an amazing job talking about the history of gaming If you're a gamer, you should definitely check him out.
I'm writing it down.
Yeah. Even check out his one on like how Nintendo developed the original NES. Obviously you can tell by my link back here. I'm a huge Nintendo fan. But anyways, the point of what I'm getting to is Nintendo was the first to really put together like a good, solid game, right? And that flagship game of Mario is everywhere. Like at one point, maybe if not still, Mario was more recognizable to kids than Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
like that's how big.
Like
that's how big Mario. Like I think that was back in the 90s. They talk about it in there. Point I'm getting to is obviously gaming is established. Crypto gaming, however, is still new, and because it's still so new, and there's really not any games that have done it perfectly yet, right? I believe that our game is going to come in and do it right and become like that flagship game that did it right, and basically kind of absorb that credibility that comes with, oh, WAGMI, yeah, that was the game that did it right. And then you become a staple in gaming. Like everyone still plays Mario, knows who Mario is. There's always a new Mario game coming out because people gravitate towards that because they just did it right first. That's how I see us. We're doing crypto gaming right first, and we will forever hold that title. And as long as we don't drop the ball as the franchise continues to move forward, we can kind of gain that same notoriety and that same like alpha cred. Like, no. WAGMI Games, they did it right first. Their game is legit. Even when we come out with our MMORPG, people will still want to play the original, just like people still play the original Mario Brothers for NES.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
It's honestly two different people. Like, it's not the same person that's going to pick up their phone and play for 5 or 10 minutes versus the person that literally is going to sit and play for 2 or 3 or 4 hours in a game. Like, it's not the same person. Now, is there crossover? Absolutely. Gamers are gamers. But you're going to find a lot more people are fine to play a game for 10, 15, 20 minutes at a time on their phone and put it down. They're going to have a hard time putting it down because it's addictive. But there's something to be said about that specific avatar or that audience versus the audience that it's going to be like, dude, like the perfect example is, look at Scott's chair, right? That is a gamer's chair. He's got your headphones on. I
got two of them.
There you go.
Built for staying there for a minute.
Oh yeah, you could sit in this chair for like 9 hours. I actually played COD one day for like 9 hours. I looked at the clock. I was like, oh shit, my back doesn't even hurt.
That's awesome.
Did I go to the bathroom today? Like, what's going on?
That's hilarious. Yeah, it's exciting, man, and I'm glad to be part of this, man, because I can't wait to see where it all goes in the future, man. It's going to be huge. It really will. I believe it 100%, man.
Appreciate it.
100%.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the chat. Legal alien. Oh, go ahead. What'd you say?
Do you have any specific questions that you have for us that you want to ask? I know we talk a lot, so.
Oh no, you're good, man. I'm just enjoying chit chat. That's kind of how I've done any of my AMAs and stuff, man. Like I just kind of let it flow. You know what I mean? Just however it ends up, man. Just keep it chill, and that's what apparently a lot of people like because that's why they keep coming back and hanging out. You know what I mean? So I see. So game plan, it's still probably July-ish when you're thinking it'll be full release.
Yeah. The initial public release, we're still shooting for July.
Okay.
Everything is pointing towards that direction, and we have a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do before July happens, and whether it be beginning of July or end of July, we're focusing and we're really pushing Cubics to make sure that they deliver.
Nice.
July for the release. So again, we're going to make sure we do this right, and the expectations. See, the thing about it is the expectations are we'll release the game, but just know that every single month or bi-weekly, right? What's going to happen is there's going to be new releases and new characters and new power-ups. And by the end of the year, our expectation is 8 maps and 350 in-game assets.
Nice. So 8 maps. That's awesome.
There's going to be a consistent evolution into the game even after release so that there's a consistent excitement. Our goal this year is to release 2 different comics by the end of the year.
Nice.
So we'll release those comics because, again, it's so important for us to continue the story and the lore. Any plans for a VR version? Good question.
Yeah, I just read that.
For this one, I don't know. I think it would be pretty cool. We'll have to check with Cubics to find out what that would entail. But
Sure.
just know that this is more geared for the mobile gamers, and I know that VR is probably going to be more exciting if it was more immersive. But if there's a way that we can at least have it where it can work with an Oculus, then sure, we'll definitely do that.
I know Lewis said that there was a possibility to do that with the Oculus. So, I mean, it's not obviously number one on our list. Number one is like game working perfectly.
Sure.
But if that can be implemented on the side, I mean, that's where this is all going, right? Everything is going to the metaverse. I mean, even if you're sitting in your chair and you're just playing the game and you just see it kind of in front of you, like I'm looking at my screen right now, I could play the game on my keyboard, but if I could be immersed maybe into like an environment with the board in front of me, that could be cool too.
That would be wild. Yeah. Yeah. I guess a couple of questions. So obviously you got the Genesis NFTs. Any future plans for further NFT drops outside of like in-game play stuff?
The comics.
Okay.
Yeah, all the comics are going to be dropped. So we're taking a page from what VB's doing.
Sure.
They are doing a really good job as far as their Marvel
great job. Yeah.
So that's essentially what we're looking to do. So when I say we're going to be releasing 2 comics, those are going to be NFT drops. There might be, and not able to discuss this yet, but we might have a partnership with a company that will allow for us to have some physical as well. With those comics. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man.
I just want to talk about it, Ian. You're like tying my hands. It's not
hard.
cool
to not be able to talk about stuff that sucks.
Like literally the one thing I want to talk about, I can't talk about.
That sucks. Yep, I hear you. So I see. I kind of keep an eye on the NFTs, man. The price on them has been holding steady, man. It went down for a second, and pumped back up. Those things are doing well, man.
Oh yeah,
I will not sell mine. I don't care how much somebody offers me for my Genesis NFTs. Like
anyone selling their Genesis NFT right now doesn't understand the money making potential just from holding one of these Genesis NFTs.
Exactly.
Period.
That was going to lead to my next question. I want to shout out here, Legal Aliens in the house. Welcome, Legal. Thanks for being here, man. Keith from CoinViewCap in the house. Appreciate you stopping by, brother. Another real one out there, man. He's hustling, grinding on his project, man. Everybody's here.
The floor price is 0.34 ETH right now. It's like $697.
Yep. That's not bad at all, man.
For an NFT, it's only $200, almost to $300 over mint.
3x.
Yep, that's awesome. Safe.
I mean, if you go by ETH, right? I mean,
if you go by ETH,
are you going to convert money to ETH on what it was at that particular time, or are you the kind of investor? I look at it as, it's good to buy in at ETH right now, like 2K. It might go down to 1,500. It might stay at 2K. A great time to actually invest into ETH. But when it's all said and done, I paid 0.125 ETH.
Yep.
Right.
Yep,
so
they're
it's
3x.
3 blah blah blah. It's a 2x.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's just that's how I look at it. Granted, if you dollar cost average into the buying ETH and then putting it into the actual, an NFT, and the NFT does go up because of the price of Ethereum.
Sure.
It's a bonus, right? But I mean, I look at it. Our mint price was 0.125. Now it's 0.3 something, so it's a 2x.
Exactly. Yep. And honestly, at the end of the day, I don't even care what it's at because I'm not selling it. You know what I mean? Seriously.
That's why the floor is holding very well. Is because
people aren't worried about it.
Well, because everybody, we've told the truth on what the potential is for these NFTs, right?
Yeah.
It's when the game comes out, we're going to be sharing some of the tax revenue. Yep. And it's not the unsustainable APY of an extra token or, here, stake this, and then we're going to give you percentage. Look at what's happening with the staking. Look at what happened with what was it? With Anchor. Okay. This is what happens when you try to promise something that's unsustainable at a 19% APY.
Yep.
When one thing goes bad, the entire house will crumble. And that's the other thing, is we just wanted to make sure that we're going to be honest with the community when they invest it and say, hey, listen, it's going to take us X amount of time to get the game ramped up.
Yep.
But as the revenue starts coming into the game and it starts getting its momentum, those who continuously hold these NFTs are going to benefit from it. We're probably the first company that's ever said, we're okay if there's no resales on OpenSea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
that's like their main focus.
We're good if everybody holds on to them. We want everybody to hold on to them.
For sure.
Yeah. Legal aliens tell me to spill the beans. No.
Yeah. Seifu Ape in the house too. Welcome.
Hey,
Thanks
up,
for being
Seifu?
here, man. Love Seifu Ape. Sean,
guys,
and them guys are awesome.
These NFTs, just do some simple math. You're going to earn $33 per $1 million of in-game revenue. Okay? Per NFT. It's simple math. Clash Royale just did $3.6 billion in in-game revenue since they came on board like 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, it's going to take some time for us to build our game and to get to that level. But even if we have 50,000 downloads, right? And each person's spending on average on in-game purchases, let's say 10, 15, 20 bucks. Just do the math on that.
Exactly.
It adds up fast. Residual income is how you really give yourself the keys to financial freedom. Mm-hmm. And when you're making investments, obviously, there's a lot of things you should be looking at. For me personally, it's what is going to pay me residually, so that if I decide that I want to go on vacation or I want to take a break, all of a sudden the cash flow doesn't stop.
Yeah,
and that's why
with all the for sure with the residual income, but the other stuff that is we barely talk about, the fact that we're going to continuously have Genesis NFT tournaments, right?
Yep.
These are basically your ticket into what are going to be very high end exclusive tournaments that will have sponsors for, that people will come in and people will want to figure out how to get a hold of them. We're going to have a renting protocol, which will allow anybody that has a Genesis NFT to rent out their basically entry pass for the tournament. And then the fact that we're also going to have a system that allows Genesis NFT holders to get on the whitelist for the comic releases, right?
Okay. Yeah.
If we do more than 3,000, then we're going to guarantee a whitelist spot for each NFT. If we do less than 3,000 for comic releases, we're going to have it where it's going to be as fair as we possibly can, where every NFT is an entry into getting a whitelist spot.
Sure.
And those are part of the things that we also were like, hey, listen, as this thing grows, as this franchise grows, and as you've invested into a Genesis NFT, we're going to continuously give you benefits as kind of holding this membership is how we look at it. So
Sure. I guess one other question, I'm kind of thinking outside the box on the Genesis NFTs. So say, you're developing more games later down later on down the line, you have several games going and stuff. These first Genesis NFTs, will they earn residual income off of all market, all money that's made through the marketplace off of, say, multiple games?
For WAGMI Defense. For WAGMI Defense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's what I figured. Yep.
But that being said, anybody who holds these, if we do the same thing for the next game, what are we going to do for everybody who holds these? We're going to give everybody who holds these an opportunity to get into the next one, right?
Yep.
Because that's just how we roll.
Yep.
But no, to clarify, this is for WAGMI Defense.
Yep. But hold knows. I mean, it's just.
I sent you a link too, if you don't have it still, to the Mint page. So anybody who's listening who wants to check out the NFTs and the utility that comes with them, there's a lot of in-game utility too. Like as soon as the public launch happens, you'll be able to mint a loot crate that has all the in-game assets in it. You'll be on is it whitelist the right term or the waiting list, so that when the comics come out, you'll have an opportunity to pick up one of those first as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, if you want to share that link in your chat or on your screen.
Yes, I will share that. Hold on one second.
Also, you'll get a discount in the marketplace too. So as you're playing the game, you want to pick up some more in-game assets, you can use your NFT as a discount. And then, like Ian said, it's going to be your barrier to entry for our Genesis tournaments only. And the first tournament we're doing is a $10,000 grand prize. So
that's what I heard, man. That is pretty wild.
That's
imagine
awesome, when we have like, $100,000 tournaments or a $500,000 tournament or some crazy stuff like that.
Dude, that's wild. Yeah. Yep. So is there, I guess just in the future, you'll announce when that tournament's actually going to take place. It'll kind of depend on once everything's fully developed and released. And
the tournament, we will do the tournament probably a week or two before general public release. So that way there's even more hype going into general public release. So we'll probably stream, maybe quarterfinals, semifinals. And above.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm looking forward to, being like a shoutcaster.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's exciting, man. It's super exciting. I can't wait to see how everything develops. And obviously I'll be covering any news drops and stuff, and continuing hustling, doing update videos on it and stuff, man, for sure. I'm excited to see where it all goes, man. I really am. Let's see here, change this around. Guys, y'all have any questions in the audience? Anybody got any questions for Scott or Ian on anything? Have Scott donated an NFT or a few of his 50 NFT?
No. You had your chance.
Yeah. Everybody's had their chance. How many do you have? I forget how many you said.
I only have like 35.
35, not bad. That's not bad. That's not bad at all, man.
Like, I didn't get these for free. Like,
yeah, for real.
I know where this game is going. I dropped some cash on these NFTs.
Seriously, man. Yep. Yeah, I think Awesome Austin, he got quite a few too. He loaded up on them, man. Yeah, I see the big picture with it, man. I really do. And I'm looking forward to seeing where this all goes here in the next 60 to 90 days, especially with the release of the game, the full release of it. And really the big picture of where it goes overall, even after that, you know what I mean? Like the comic collection and all that stuff. It's gonna be wild, man.
Yeah. 60, the July is just the beginning.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. It's just the beginning for sure, man.
Just the beginning. So that's how we look at this. It's just catalyst after catalyst as far as being able to release things, stay relevant, continuously release things within the game, continuously release things that help surround the game and the interest within the game. And again, it's a game, right?
Yep.
We're focusing on the game, not the crypto part of it. The crypto part of it is the ancillary part of it. And we believe, again, our philosophy is in the event that people play this game, they like the game first, and then the crypto part is second. And they just don't have to worry about the crypto part first.
Exactly.
The best opportunity for that mass adoption.
Yep. That's the difference with WAGMI, and that's what's going to really blow this thing up way higher than people can even imagine, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not the focus on the crypto.
We've talked about a possible like wrench feature to rebuild the towers. So I don't know if we're gonna do that. That's a Lewis question, but if that's what you're asking, if you're gonna be able to rebuild your towers, that was something that a community member brought up, and we're like, oh, it's actually not a bad idea.
That is a good idea. That really is. Scott, did you end up getting a legendary NFT?
Oh, I do have one.
Do you?
But it's a secret.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought one.
What's that?
I bought one.
Did you?
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, somebody was reselling it. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it.
Heck yeah, man.
There definitely won't be any cheating or hacking. Like we will nip that in the butt right away.
Okay, so what we are going to do once the actual game starts is we will have bounties available for people who can identify any of the bugs that we can't get to first.
Like a hackathon.
We're going to actually make sure that we pay people handsomely to make sure that they find the bugs. And that way, hopefully the community is able to, let us know because the last thing that we want there to do is an exploitation, because there's going to be the skill-based contests.
Sure.
And the other thing, though, is we're going to have algorithms that can identify if the win-loss percentages are way too high or way too low. Because
Gotcha.
if somebody is all of a sudden at 90% and the average is like 62%, we're going to go ahead and take a look at that person, and we will have the ability to have the replays of the games. So we'll have the monitoring as far as the QC on our back end. And, that's all part of our relationships that we have with Cubics moving forward, is to make sure that we keep all of the criminals, all the people, the cheaters, at bay as best we can. We're not going to stop them all. There's always going to be ways that people are going to find to be able to cheat. But we're hoping that the community will help govern us, as well as the fact that we're going to be utilizing the analytics and the data on the back end to really determine if literally, we can tell that person's cheating and what are they doing.
Yep. We're gonna take what Call of Duty does and then do the opposite of that when it comes to cheaters and hackers.
That's funny. Fiverr asks, will tokens be burned when people use to purchase Nefi for in-game use?
No, we're not burning tokens.
Won't need to.
No.
So think of this, guys. Because we're going to be using the WAGMI token for the in-game wagering. Once everything is rolling, all the new people coming in playing WAGMI for the first time, 3, 4, 5 months from now, that have 0 WAGMI token that want to wager, they're going to have to go to the chat to buy that.
Yep.
And they're spending $20, $50, $80, $100 to get tokens to go in game and wager every single week. Imagine what kind of volume we're going to have with, again, like 50,000 downloads.
Dude, I'm just wondering, does Facebook burn their stock every time somebody makes a purchase on Facebook?
It's
does Tesla burn any of their stock anytime a Tesla is bought?
Yeah.
Like, we already have the tokens are out in supply, right? And I think that the one of the misconceptions about crypto is you have to burn in order to be able to make the token more valuable. And that's because meme tokens have no utility, and because their inflation having to do with their tokenomics is ridiculous. So they have to have some sort of burn mechanisms to at least equal out the ridiculousness that is most of their tokenomics.
Exactly.
With our tokenomics, we've released them. They're out in the public. You can look at the tokenomics that we're not holding back 50% that we can release. So therefore we'll burn a little bit, but we'll release a little bit more. And we just don't have those tokenomics in our business model. So we just don't need to burn. And I think that's an important thing to,
a lot of crypto is basically tricking you with terminology you don't understand to make you think, oh yeah, that's good. Oh yeah, I'll buy that. That's cool.
Yep.
So
yeah, a lot of the burning stuff, man, it's more of a psychological thing, in my opinion.
Well, just like Ian was saying about staking your NFT for token, you're still getting more of the token that's worth nothing.
Yeah. But what did Luna just do? They just released 6 billion or 60 billion tokens into just randomly just released them,
and
now they're burning.
Yeah,
make people feel good about themselves.
Yeah,
they gotta burn everything that they just released in order to make people feel good about themselves.
Exactly.
Right?
I agree, man.
It's a psychological deal when it comes down to burning and all of that stuff. So we just look at it as a traditional business model. Again, how often does Amazon burn their stock?
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Every single purchase. Right. We just don't look at it that way. Yeah. So a little bit different mindset.
Yeah, y'all hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet. I truly appreciate it. Been growing tremendously, and I'm definitely humbled to have Scott and I in here with WAGMI Games. And
I'm gonna unsubscribe and then subscribe again.
That guy, when PlayStation Wallet Connect.
I like that guy. What's up, that guy? We follow each other on Twitter.
That guy's awesome, man. He's funny. When Binance, sir, Costas. When Binance, sir.
Start the Binance rumor.
Let's go.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's my favorite Telegram image of the guy holding two phones with the laser eyes. Start the Binance rumor.
That's
Cool.
funny. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
I'm looking,
Nick, it was definitely a pleasure to be on here. I'm going to go
man,
grab some dinner with the kids.
yeah, I'm fixing to grab some dinner myself, and
right.
I got to jump on another stream here in a little bit just to show some support to another newer YouTuber, man. And I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Thanks to everybody for stopping in and checking out the stream, and looking forward to doing more in the future, man. I'd love to have you guys come on anytime, man. Anytime.
Perfect,
man.
Anytime. And we actually just added you to our influencer group on Telegram so we can keep you updated with news.
Nice, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to see where this all goes for WAGMI, see where YouTube goes for myself too now. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be a fun ride. Everybody's welcome to join the ride and see where we all go, man.
Awesome.
Well, I'd like to personally thank each and every one of you who tuned in for the AMA as well. So thanks for having us, and great show, Tornado. I really enjoyed it.
Thanks, man.
I've seen some pretty terrible AMAs with no flow, and this was not one of them. So
yeah,
you definitely have a knack for it.
Yeah, just keep it chill. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Just hanging out and having fun, man. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to end the stream here. Y'all hit the like and subscribe on the way out if you haven't. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Thanks a lot. Peace.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
All right.